Welcome to Corks and Cauldron. We're two friends uncork a bottle, cast a few spells, and dive deep into fantasy books and theories. I'm Gabby.
And I'm Jen. Quick disclaimer, this is an adult podcast about adult books. So expect some spicy language, spicy content, and spicy spoilers.
Now, let's pour a drink, grab a snack, and get started. Today, we're doing our recap of Glint. We finished another book. Yeah! So we only have, what, four more books to go?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we're getting through it, guys. We're getting there. Yep.
And if
All
you
right.
guys think that you might have an idea of what we should read next,
Mm-hmm.
after the Plated Prisoner series, to be clear, not
We are going to finish the series.
Yeah. After that, send us a message.
Or if you have recipes you want us to try, or wine you want us to try, we would love to hear from you.
Yes.
Speaking of recipes to try.
Oh, yeah.
What are we eating today?
Okay. Because I asked you beforehand what sounded good today, and you said we needed chocolate because this book was a lot.
It was. There's a lot that happened in this book.
Yes. I agreed with you, and I am going to share my chocolate chip cookie recipe. I love chocolate chip cookies. They're easy.
It's a good, comfort thing, too.
They're like one of my top 5 cookie recipes. Cookies in general that I like to eat. So, and it's going to look a little familiar because if you ever buy the yellow bag of chips, chances are good this recipe is pretty close to that one. Almost identical.
What's different?
The vanilla.
Do you use more or less?
Always use more.
I don't know. I have not accidentally, I was a kid and vanilla smells good, so I thought I would eat just a tablespoon of pure vanilla.
No, don't.
'Twas not good.
It's good in baking, though.
Yeah, but not
just,
not
if you're
straight.
just gonna, no.
Yeah. It's not a shooter.
Now, I make my own vanilla, so mine could be a shooter because I make mine with vodka.
Yeah.
And vanilla beans, and I just let the vanilla beans infuse in vodka.
Yep.
And it extracts the flavor, hence the name.
Crazy.
Yeah. But for this recipe, you are going to use flour, baking soda, salt, 2 sticks of butter.
That's so much butter.
And I do recommend using real butter for this. I know that some people like to use margarine, and that's fine if that's your preference. I like real butter because I like the flavor and the fact that it's made with milk.
Yeah.
Because butter is from milk, margarine is from oil.
Yeah.
So, and then you're going to use granulated sugar and brown sugar. I use light brown sugar in my recipe because dark brown sugar has a heavier molasses flavor.
I had no idea there were different types of brown sugar.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, okay. Yeah. And like we were just saying, I like to use vanilla in mine. Most recipes call for a teaspoon, and I like to use it until it feels right. It's kind of like baking with garlic. Or cooking with garlic.
Ancestors say that is enough.
Yes. So depending on my mood, I will use anywhere from 2 teaspoons up to a tablespoon, which honestly is just 3 teaspoons. So it's not as much as you think it is. Eggs, chocolate chips. You can put nuts in it if you want, chopped up or not. And I actually like to add like a couple dashes of cinnamon because it also pulls out that chocolate flavor and you don't taste it. If it's just a couple dashes, you're not going to taste it.
Yeah. Interesting.
But what's nice about this is, much like every other cookie recipe I do not separate my stuff. It's one pot. I do like the eggs and the sugar, and I beat those together until it's all nice and smooth because you don't want that gritty texture from the sugar in your cookie. It's important.
Okay.
And then I just toss in the eggs, the flours, the vanilla, and then once everything's all nice and mixed together, I put in the chocolate chips, and then I fold it.
So fold in the cheese?
Yeah, except what I do is I take it and I stir it lightly over the top, and then I have cookie scoops.
But you're basically a professional baker.
I am not. I wish I was. No, I don't actually, because then I would probably lose part of my love for baking, but that's okay. I have 2 different size ones. I have a smaller one that will make, this says it makes about 5 dozen cookies. If I use the smaller scoop, that is true. But when I want to use the bigger scoop, which is normally what I do, because when you want a chocolate chip cookie, you don't want a little chocolate chip cookie.
Right.
You want a little bit bigger one. So I use it. It makes about 3 dozen cookies. And if you really want to get crazy one day, make some vanilla ice cream or buy some vanilla ice cream. Stick a scoop of vanilla ice cream between 2 of your cookies.
Ice cream
It's
sandwich.
so good. So you just bake it for about 9.5 minutes at 375, and you have a nice soft cookie. If you bake it for 11 minutes, you're going to have a little crispier cookie, which we have family that likes crispier cookies, so we do that too sometimes.
All
But
right.
anyway, chocolate, go team. What are we going to drink?
We are
today?
drinking Telling Old Stories. It's Merlot. And I picked this one because the vibes that it kind of gives off. It gives off like a smooth but moody and a little dangerous, you know, kind of like our favorite book boyfriend, Rip. Get a little bit of a Rip vibe from it.
Okay.
And we're hearing Oren kind of tell the same old story with herself throughout this whole book.
Mhm.
So I felt like it was appropriate. The flavor notes on this one are dark cherry. It's got hints of clove and spice, which we'll see how that works. It's got some earthy undertones, and it's got a long finish, which this book felt a little long.
That kind of sounds like a mulled wine with the clove and spice.
A little
It just
bit,
kind of
yeah.
makes me think
Mold,
mulled
warm, yeah.
wine. Yeah.
Yep. We'll see. I am not a big favor of like clove and spice in my wine, so we'll see. Mama didn't raise no quitter.
All right.
So
I'm
anyway,
drinking coffee, just so you know.
Let's pour a glass, see how it is. That is so obnoxious. Got pretty color to it.
That is a really nice color.
Smells like grapes.
Nope, that is not a good face. That was not a happy face.
It hit something like on the back of my tongue. Like I don't know. We'll power through it. So, it's our recap episode.
It is our recap episode.
Do we have any like mythology or fun facts or anything to share?
I think we've shared a lot this time about, Raven Kennedy's Instagram page and her Fun Fridays, which is nice. We talked about the camp and how big it would need to be for Fourth Kingdom.
Which still like kind of blows my mind that you can get a whole herd of people that size to like get along. But like
I have a feeling the fight circle might have something to do with that.
That's fair.
Let's
like a sanctioned fight club.
What else have we talked about? I mean, honestly, we did a lot of world building and covered a lot of stuff there. This whole book, we talked a lot about world building, a lot of the politics, and a lot of like the foundation. This was book 2. Book 3 in any fantasy series typically is where we start seeing like the actual story develop, I guess is what I'm going to say. So we'll start seeing a lot of character development in Oren and these next few books for sure. Yes. Not that we haven't seen some, but she's still kind of been a little stagnant. I was on Reddit today and I saw that some people were ranking the Played Prisoner series from least to most favorite books. And Gleam tends to be like number 3. Okay. For most people. Guild, the first book, is number 6. But in most people's defense, that book, Guild... That's a lot. It was... If you didn't know what you were coming into, that book was a lot. Yeah. And a lot of people start it, and after the first couple chapters, because of the orgy and having no freaking clue what's going on, tend to DNF it. And I don't really blame them for that either. Like, it's... And I like Raven Kennedy's writing style, but I don't know that I would have kept reading the book had you not asked me to read the series and told me that it gets better. I promise it gets better. Yeah. Because when I started the first book, I was like, are you joking with me? But I love the Midas mythology. In the first place, Greek mythology was something that I really enjoyed when I was younger. Greek, Norse. I have a lot of mythology books, guys, and there is a reason. I love Greek mythology. I like mythology, but how would you rank the books? I mean, the ones that we've read, at least. So the ones that we've read, I think I would do Gold, Gleam, Glint, and Gold. I think I'm going to go backwards. I think I like the building of them to be backwards. So you're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Yep. See, and so I'm going to start at the bottom and work my way up. So this is my number 5 book since we have not read Goldfinch. Yes. Number 5 for me is Guild. Yeah. Number 4 was gold.
You hated gold.
I did. I knew I had to read it, but for me, it was just...
You struggled with it.
I struggled with it.
Yeah.
And then I will put Gleam as number 3. 2. Wait, number 3 is Glint. Number 2 is Gleam. And number 1 for me...
I think that was gold.
Is gold. I think I might have said that backwards. Book 4 is the one that I did not enjoy.
Book 4 is Glow.
Okay. Glow is the one I did not enjoy so much. Gold would be number 1 for me right now. But
so
people were asking if they needed to read Gold because they were like, I heard it's just kind of a
walk in the park.
No, it was like a filler book. And people were like, no. You have to read that. You cannot skip that. That is a very important book.
Well, it's just like Queen Melina's chapters. People like to skip those.
That's true. So I guess I don't have mythology, but I'm going to talk to you about Reddit and the book orders. And
that
what
works.
order I would read them in. So,
yeah.
Not read them in.
Rank them. Yeah.
Based on my reading.
I don't know if Raymond Kennedy could have presented the first book in any other way to have the same kind of impact.
No, I don't think so.
Like, I have a lot of feelings. We all know I'm a Throne of Glass girly.
What?
I have a lot of feelings about the Kingdom of Ash book and, like, some unnecessary deaths and some unnecessary plot things that happened. Don't blink innocently at me. You've heard all of my ranting. But I don't really have any nitpicky stuff, like, so far. Again, we haven't read Goldfinch, so we don't really know. But thus far, I haven't really been like, well, that feels unnecessary. You know, because it comes back later to be like, oh, that was very necessary. Oh.
She's very intentional with her writing, which I like.
Yeah, I do too. All right, so now that I've done my token Throne of Glass story in all of our episodes, we're going to do a quick recap synopsis of what happened in this book just before we go into all of our favorites that happened, maybe some theories that we think is going to happen in Goldfinch that we'll see later on, like tied back in. So, Glint, aka this girl walked through a snowstorm of emotional trauma and somehow came out on fire. Orin has been ripped away from King Midas by the Fourth Army, and Orin begins Glint as a prisoner. But let's be honest, the only thing she's really trapped by is her own belief that Midas loves her. So, what starts as a forced march through frozen hell becomes a slow unraveling of everything Orin thought she knew. We meet Commander Rip, who confuses the hell out of her by treating her like a person instead of a possession. There's no cage, no orders. She's just in the army camp, hanging out, being treated like a person.
We love Commander Rip.
We do love Commander Rip. Commander Rip is definitely top 5 book boyfriends. Yeah, just casual, life-altering eye contact and emotional gut punches is kind of what's happening to her throughout this book.
Meanwhile, Orin spends a lot of time trying not to think about her trauma, failing spectacularly, and letting her ribbon stay locked down tighter than Midas's emotional range. His emotional range is like that.
Literally, yeah.
I am touching my fingers together.
I'm not even...
So the space between those two, like a piece of crepe paper. But she gets closer to Rip and closer to her own truth. She starts to question everything. Her loyalty, her power, her worth. Everything. Which is why this book is pretty good.
Yeah.
Even though it's still only halfway on mine.
We're unraveling a lot of her trauma, I guess is what I'm going to say, her trauma responses. Some major milestones that we see in this book. We see some fever dreams, some emotional breakdowns, and we start to see a little bit of a slow burn going on. I will admit this is book 2 in this series, and while there is some spicy scenes, it's very detached, I'm going to say. Because we're seeing the spicy scenes through Orin's POV, right? So it's not...
Like spicy scenes for the past, though, too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's all very...
vanilla?
Yeah. I was going to say almost clinical, but it's not...
that'll work.
Yeah, like, it's just not... The spicy scenes in the later books are much more passionate. Have a lot more heat to them.
This series is definitely a slow burn.
I
don't
know.
care that it started with an orgy.
It really is
a slow burn.
Yeah. And I don't know why I keep doing this to myself, because sometimes I don't want a slow burn.
That's why you get the little throwaway 120-page books.
Yeah, the novellas.
that are definitely not slow burns.
We see Orin fighting in the snow, both literally and emotionally. We have a devastating moment when Orin sends a hawk toward Midas and Rip finds out. So some, what do I want to call it? Betrayal going on.
A little bit.
A little bit. Her powers explode. She admits to herself and to Commander Rip that she is Fae, and she's done pretending that she's not, which is a huge step for her. She sees a different kind of leadership in Fourth Kingdom's army. Kindness, trust, and respect don't have to be weaknesses. It's just how they lead. And then we see her throw that all away and go back to Midas. So.
And Midas being the winner that he is,
Fucking
almost
Midas.
immediately throws her directly back into a cage, or
Literally.
tries to.
Literally, he's like, hey, welcome home. So glad you're here safe. Get the fuck in a cage.
Yeah. Need you in the cage. We've got work to do later.
He gaslights the fuck out of her.
He does not care about her feelings or anything, any growth she's had, because as far as he's concerned, her job is one thing and one thing only. And it's not saddle jobs, guys. Spoiler.
It's not.
It's not. It's gilding. Gilding everything.
But the biggest mic drop we see in this whole book comes at the very last sentence in this whole fucking book. It's how this book ends, and it makes me so mad. And I can't believe the readers who, like, read each book as they came out and had to wait for the next one. I would have screamed. I remember reading that, and you hadn't read the books yet, so I couldn't, like, text you. But I fangirl, like, literally through my Kindle, and my poor boyfriend was just like, is everything okay over there?
Yeah, everything's great.
And again, we love my boyfriend. He is great. He's not a reader. So that's why Jen and I started this podcast, so we can rant about our books. So at the end of Glint, Orin isn't gilded. She's dangerous. She's not someone's precious anymore. She's her own damn story. And Midas better watch his back is kind of what I got from the end of this book. What do you think?
That sounds right to me. Because he's going to be in for a lot of...
you know what? He gets what's coming to him.
Surprises.
He gets what's coming to him.
Yeah.
It's the perfect ending for him.
What was your favorite moment from the book?
I really loved the moment when she started training and actually being forced to use her ribbons as something other than an accessory.
So when Osric punches her?
You know what? I'm not saying that men should punch women, but I'm seeing a trend in my favorite moments. And maybe I need therapy.
Fair.
I also like when she, I finally admitted that she was Fae. Owning that part of her, I think, was a huge moment and a lot of growth for her.
I agree. I like the bathtub.
For the saddles?
Yes. I thought that was, it's showing us who she really is.
At her core. I never would have given them a bath. Are you kidding me? But apparently I like men who punch women, so I don't know.
Okay. Well, and I like stealing the barrel of wine.
Yeah, that back and forth that they had. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
That was great.
I liked how Lou kind of took her under her wing without really taking her under her wing. She was there to support her for sure, but she wasn't like, no, you need to do it this way. It was like, well, here are your options. Own your shit or get out.
And I like that Lou basically becomes her first real female friend.
Mm-hmm. An actual friend.
We know that eventually Rissa will become her friend.
Yeah.
Kind of.
But Lou's her first.
But Lou's definitely her first.
With
who
no
would want Lou
attached.
to be their first?
Yeah. Lou's a great friend. Yeah.
So
Lou is the friend that we all need.
Yes, I agree.
She's my favorite side character, I think. All right. Any other favorite moments and or side characters you want to talk about?
Favorite moments? Keg.
Keg's good.
Keg is a character, not a moment, just so we're clear. But
Keg is a moment.
Her introduction to Keg is wonderful. And then Keg's interactions with Orin, while not as momentous as Lou's,
all right,
are kind of important because Keg's kind of treating her like a little sister.
Keg's treating her like a fucking person.
What? No, he is not.
But you're right. He is treating her like a
Yeah.
sister. Keg does have a sister.
He does.
And
And
I don't,
that's
like, he's not looking at Oren as anything other than just a person. Yeah, and especially in the male species, Oren's
Yes.
not used to that. Like, she's used to being leered at, and
Which is what a lot of the other people in the Fourth Army are doing.
well, she's gold. I
Yeah.
can't say that I wouldn't stare at her either.
And I like that he just doesn't see color like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Oren is definitely building her tribe within this
Yeah.
the Fourth Army, and it's
Keg,
great to see.
Hojat,
Lou,
Twig.
she's protective of Twig.
Yeah.
Which
All
is
right.
another one of my favorite moments is when she
Yeah.
tries to step in to
The
protect
circle,
Twig.
that-
Yeah. And
yeah.
everyone's like, all right, well, you're in the circle now, so
Good luck.
put up or shut up.
That was good. All right. So what's I have quite a few favorite quotes.
You can go first then.
But do you have a specific one?
My favorite
Like-
quote is where I think it's Keg says, my mom always said that kindness should be free, and she was a pretty smart lady.
Yep.
Or something to that effect. That's one of my favorite quotes of like the entire series.
Yeah. Oh no, Goodreads. Why did you do this to me?
Goodreads hate you.
It does. It just disappeared. I really like kindness shouldn't have to be earned. It should be given freely. That's the one you're talking about.
Yep.
So I like that one. I really like Queen Melina's quote. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Plotting is what I'm best at. A good thing too, since I lack both of the traits that this world respects: power and a penis.
Yes, I love that quote too.
Yeah. And then I like Oren's quote from the beginning of the book when she's eating dinner with Osric and Rip. And she says, the problem with truths is that they're like spices. Add a little and it can enrich things, let you experience more layers. But if you pour out too much, it becomes unpalatable.
You, the cook, the baker, likes that quote.
Well, I don't understand why that's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Lou's quote, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but own your shit and choose yourself.
Yeah. That's what it boils down to. Yeah.
Yes. Well, own your shit is what it boils down to.
Yeah. Again, Lou's that friend that, especially women, all women need. Someone to hold them accountable, but support them. Like, okay, no matter what you choose, I got you, but like...
You're being a dumbass.
You're kind of being dumb right now. Yeah.
Do you have any other favorite quotes? Or did we do enough? Because there's quite a few.
If you have more, you can do
no,
more.
I mean,
those
just in general. But
yeah.
I know that there's a couple of Rip ones that are really good.
Yeah. A lot of his come later, though.
Well, in this specific book, he says, sometimes things need to be ruined in order to be remade.
I mean, it's a good quote, but I hate it.
If you tried, you could shine brighter than the fucking sun.
Ugh.
Instead, you've chosen to sit back and wither. He says that to her when they're fighting, and that makes me sad. If you insist on lying, at least be better at it.
Yeah, Oren's not good at lying. She's much too sheltered.
Yeah.
I'm going to say. Which, given her history, doesn't make any sense, but she's also been in a cage for 10 years. Anyway, favorite characters.
Osric, always.
Always.
For me, I know. Osric, Lou, and Keg, and Hojat are my top 4 from this book.
Yeah. I'm still a Queen Melina fan, who's like a polar opposite of Lou.
Yeah.
But I like both those two. And I like Judd.
I do like Judd.
He's super underplayed in this book, but since we've read ahead, Judd's one of my favorites. He's that character that he's the Weasley twins, right? Like he's bringing the fun into scenarios, but he's smart and he knows how to work the system.
He's Mustard McMustardy.
Mustard McMustardy.
That was his name at the beginning before we found it out.
Yes, and then Keg is always great.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So far, I haven't met a side character that I dislike, I guess is what I'll say.
I mean, Mist, Polly, Midas.
Midas isn't really a side character, though, is he?
I've decided he is today.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah. All right. Now for the fun ones. What was the exact moment when Oren realized Midas didn't love her, that he just owned her?
I think it was towards the end of the book. my opinion. It was towards the end of the book, and it was when she tried to explain, like, "I've grown, I don't need a cage, everything's better now," and he just didn't listen and threw her in the cage instead.
I think it was earlier than that.
You think so?
I think she started to realize it earlier than that.
What was your moment?
Um,
It could be when she figures out that Mist is pregnant.
oh yeah, that was definitely heartbreaking for her.
That was devastating for her. I mean, she knows that Midas has sex with other women, right? Like, he does it in front of her,
Right.
and he gets off on that. But it doesn't sound like he's ever finished inside of her.
Oren?
Yeah.
No, absolutely not.
Which,
We actually talked about that because we wondered if that was the same for Queen Melina too.
true.
Just based on the stuff that she talks about with Geo.
Why do you think that was, though? Well, I mean, other than the fact that she's a saddle, I guess, so he can't really, like... But if saddles are so common, you would think that having a baby with one would not be that uncommon.
Right? You would think that, but you know, it's Midas. Ha! I have a book on here called Baking Bad. Sorry. So sorry. I'm fine now.
What was the moment that you realized that Midas didn't love her?
Oh fuck, I knew Midas didn't love her from like the beginning. Not the very beginning, but it was definitely in the first book. I think around the time that he was willing to give her to Folky, he was acting. He said that it was because he was just trying to play a part when he told her, you know, he wasn't really going to give her to him.
Yeah, it was all just an act.
Yeah. I could feel the toxicity from him and the gaslighting from right then. So I never liked him.
I'm disappointed in myself because I have read enough romantasy books to know that the first love is never the real love. It
What?
never is. Never. Even, like, the Hunger Games, Katniss and Gale. Like, Gale was her
Fair.
first, like, friend who could
Yeah.
potentially have turned more. And she ended up with Peeta, who was blonde, so that, like, threw a whole wrench in everything else. But
Yeah, but he's still one of my favorites.
Peeta,
Peeta. Yeah.
because he reminds you of the bread.
And four from Divergent.
Yeah.
So.
But yes, I guess the moral of the story is we realized in book 1 that Midas was not there for her.
Definitely not.
Yeah. So which betrayal hurt Oren more? I'll say. Finding out that Miss was pregnant or Rip being slayed?
Which one shook her more to her core?
Yeah.
Rip.
I think so too. She had so much trust in him.
Yes, she did. And he hadn't really, I mean, like, he hurt her feelings because, well, he was pushing her and intentionally hurting her feelings. But I think that was the first time she was like, can I even trust him? Because he was lying to me.
If he held something this big back, what else is he not telling me?
What else is he hiding from me? Yeah.
I think Mist hurt for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's like first love hurt.
Yeah.
A pint of ice cream will fix that shit. Right.
Maybe
up.
some Gilmore Girls and call it good. Yeah.
Exactly. What about you? You said Rip being slayed too, didn't you?
I think so. And for the same reasons, I think she just had a lot more trust in him. And for that to drop is really just, it's a bombshell anyone would have a hard time getting over.
Yeah.
So, how did you feel about the decoy and the decoy being in the cage?
Okay, we knew about the decoy from book 1.
Yes.
Because they said that they took a decoy with them.
Yep.
So I had remembered that.
But we never really mentioned it again. It was kind of like an offhanded comment in book 1. And then...
Why would you keep her in the fucking cage?
Well, because that's where Oren lived.
Yeah, but you didn't have to, because it's not like anybody's going in there going, ooh, can I go look at your little gold thing?
I mean, but if they're supposed to keep everything the same, which a decoy is supposed to...
that my eye rolls can't eye roll enough. My eye rolls cannot. Nope.
I feel bad for the decoy. I know that the decoy had, like, a light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah. Right? Like, she knew it wasn't going to be permanent, but...
Yeah. She also didn't know she was going to get gilded.
Yeah. Yeah, we kind of glossed over that part. But that's neither here nor there.
That poor girl just got the shit end of the stick all over the place. And only because she looked enough like Oren that she could pass for her. If you squinted your eyes and, like, tilted your head. And painted her gold.
Yeah.
You know another moment that threw me? was when Polly actually pushed her.
It threw Orin too because no one has ever touched her.
Yeah.
And Polly's lucky that it happened. Well, Orin's lucky too that it happened at night.
At night.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this would have taken a whole different story had that happened during the day.
Yep.
If Orin had a therapist, what would her first session notes look like?
It would just be Stockholm Syndrome underlined.
PTSD. Girl.
Yeah. Patient is deeply traumatized, emotionally repressed, and surrounded by men with boundary issues, but excellent jawlines. Like,
I mean, they are pretty boys.
They are pretty. I like to think that Rip is more than a pretty boy. Like, his muscles are for good and not just show muscles, you know?
Yeah.
They're muscles. I honestly think the first session would just be Stockholm Syndrome and then underlined like 3 times.
Yeah.
That's all it would be.
Emotional damage.
Yeah.
PTSD?
Like, or maybe they would have like a graph, right? And then tally marks with each one, like PTSD 1, emotional damage 2.
And then just why?
Well, and then like, it kind of depends on where Orin starts, right? Does she start at the beginning like, oh, I was kidnapped at 5, and then I was sold into child slavery and later prostitution, and then I ended up running away from this guy.
And our hour is up.
Yeah, I would love to see Orin's therapy notes, though.
Oh, that would be interesting. Or the recordings. That poor therapist would probably need therapy after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Orin's been through a lot, and she will continue to go through a lot.
Although Hojat is doing a good job of trying to mend her physically and emotionally.
He is. Hojat's another, like, completely underrepresented character.
Yes.
But I feel like if he got much more of the limelight, it would kind of distract from the main story.
Whatever.
Do you think that Orin's ribbons are more of a magical extension or a trauma-born coping mechanism? We touched on this a little bit.
We've touched on this, and I think that much like her original ancestor, Sarah?
Maybe.
I think that was her name. It's because she's not in her own world, and they're a defense mechanism for her.
So you think it's almost a trauma-born coping mechanism then?
Kind of. And I also think that they definitely have their own mind. It might still be off of her emotions because they hide from Midas and they definitely react to Rip later on.
Yep.
On their own.
But then you get into does each ribbon have its own mind? Or like, do they have the hive mind?
I think it's like a hive mind. It's like minions.
Can't unsee that, so thanks for that.
Whatever, you liked it.
I think the ribbons were a trauma response.
Yeah.
I didn't connect the dots between like her not being in her ancestor and her not being in their worlds.
Yeah.
But I do think they were a trauma response to what she had gone through, and her body knew she needed some sort of defense.
I accept that.
Yeah. I think yours is probably closer to the truth. Raven Kennedy, if you're listening, who is right?
Raven, just please. I'll keep reading the Fridays things. If you just answer them in there, I'll know. I'll know it's for Corks and Cauldron.
I do think they get mad for her. Like, I think they're definitely in tune with her emotions.
They're like her id?
Okay. Yeah.
Is that the right one?
The non... What am I trying to say?
The id represents primal drives and hidden memories, operating on the pleasure principle, seeking immediate gratification.
They're definitely id.
They're id.
Yeah. Yeah. All I could think of was the Buffy episode where she like regresses into a monkey person.
The beer episode.
Yeah, the beer episode. And like they had a whole thing about the id, and I couldn't think of how to describe it without being like, Buffy had an episode about it.
That would have worked for me. I knew what you were talking about.
Okay. Are you ready for the hot round?
Yep.
Go ahead.
Rip, Slade, Ravenger, whatever you want to call him, do we trust him?
Yes. He's hot. How can you not trust him? Follow me for more dating.
I have so many worries for you. Part 2 of that question. Would we still kiss him after finding out he's King Ra?
I don't know. So are we assuming that I'm Orin in this case, right?
We're going to assume that you're Orin.
So we have gone through We have survived the Red Pirates together. We have survived traveling through the Barrens together, survived being in the army together. You have taught me how to fight. Well, you've convinced your wrath to teach me how to fight. You've treated me like a person for the first time in 10 years. But then that giant betrayal of being told that you're one person and, oh, just kidding, you're actually another. I don't know. All the Disney movies tell me that I should forgive him and make out with him because he's a king. I don't know.
And Disney is definitely who we want to be, basically.
Correct. Yeah. What about you? Would you make out with King Rot?
I mean, it might take me a little
A
bit
minute?
to
Yeah.
recover from the whole
The shock.
and he's definitely going to have to earn my trust again. But there was already an attraction. So, yeah.
And also you're fated mates, so you don't really have a choice.
Okay.
I don't know. The betrayal is something that I would have a hard time getting over. As a Taurus, loyalty is very important to me, and I would feel that that's something that I would have a hard time getting over. Something that big. And also, I don't want to be royalty. It's a lot of work.
I mean, even if she stayed in Orin, she would become royalty if they believed that she didn't steal the power from Midas.
And Aurea, you mean?
Aurea.
Yeah. You're right. I mean, because she could take over from Midas because she's the one with power.
Yep.
So no matter what, she could be in
Royalty.
charge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether she wants it or not.
So much responsibility.
Let's just shove that right down your throat.
That's what he's been doing this whole time.
Not in a good way. Anyway.
You want to read question 7?
I can. Would you rather be stuck in a snowstorm with Midas or stuck in a tent with Rip after you betrayed him via hawkmail? There's only one right answer for this, and if you get this wrong, we might just have to end the podcast now.
I'm going to say stuck in the tent with Rip after I betrayed him. Simply because the thought of being stuck in a snowstorm is my hell.
The thought of being stuck with Midas is kind of mine, but fair. We'll take both.
Also, being stuck in a tent with Rip would give you a chance to, like, talk things out, right? Because that's what you're supposed to do.
As a mature adult. Yes.
Yeah. All right. So we would both rather be, well, and, like, let's be real. Rip is, even when he's mad at you, light years better than Midas.
Definitely better company.
Yep. Okay. So, let's say at this point in the books we don't know anything. Let's say that Rip and Orin do get together. What does that relationship even look like? Fighting over who controls the trauma first, broody training sessions, or a power couple chaos?
Oh, chaos.
100% chaos. They're both polar opposites of each other. Like, they're not...
Right now, yeah.
Yeah. Orin is so spur of the moment, impulsive. Like, she doesn't really think things through. And Rip is playing chess. Everywhere he looks, he's got 3 different outcomes he's thinking about, and, like, he's trying to figure out the best strategic move.
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely chaos.
Yeah. But there would be training sessions too.
Yeah, but they would end up naked.
Probably. Most likely. Yeah. Yeah, they would.
All right. The real question we have after reading this.
What is Deadwell hiding?
Rip only wants one thing, and it's Deadwell. What is it hiding? Why is it so important to him? At this point, I had no idea what Deadwell was hiding. I was just... like, in my first read-through, I don't even remember thinking, like, oh, it's got to be hiding X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? I was just like...
I think the first time that I read this, since we had no idea, like, this, what happens with Deadwell is definitely a surprise.
Yes.
The first time you read it through.
Yes.
So I really just thought that little area was where he'd been dumping all of his excess rot, like nuclear waste.
And you're not entirely wrong.
So that's why he wanted to take it, because he's like, well, I've already been using it. So
might as well just give it. It's all rotted. So
it's all rotted anyway.
Yeah.
You can't do anything with it. Just give it to me. And then I thought, that's kind of sus. But at the same time, I was like, nuclear waste dump. He's trying to be nice to the Fifth Kingdom's people. So go him for having a heart.
Rip isn't not nice. He is a nice guy.
Exactly.
He is. I don't know if he would do that for another kingdom. He is very loyal to his kingdom.
But he would never intentionally put innocent people at harm.
That's fair. That's a good point.
Like, the soldiers that he rotted attacked his kingdom.
So that was retaliation. Yeah.
when he was letting them know that he had shown up to the Fifth Kingdom. He still didn't hurt anyone. He just damaged the ground that he walked on, that one strip, to let them know he was here.
The control that he has over his power is just insane to think about. I don't know. I don't remember what I thought it was the first time I read it. Obviously, okay, so
I don't remember
spoilers.
either.
Spoilers. If you have not read this book or the next few books, skip ahead. But now we know that Deadwell is where the portal is, that he traveled from Anwan to Aurea, where he created a rip in the timeline.
Yeah. I do think it's a portal to Fey Home Goods. That's an option that you gave me.
It is an option.
And I think that it's like Fey Timu.
All right.
Do you think Slade intercepted the Hawk message? And if so, how long has he been playing with Orin? Which Hawk message are we talking about here? Because it just says Hawk message. And there were many.
Let's go. Well, really, there's 2 Hawk messages.
Are we talking about the initial one that Queen Melina sent to the Red Raids? Because we know that happened.
We do know that
it
that
was
happened.
Confirmed.
Yep.
Right at the end of this book, when she got a response back from Corder, complaining
that he didn't get any money.
That he didn't get the money, and that he lost Orin and all the other
saddles and the
they
guards.
all went with the Fourth Kingdom, and she did a little happy dance and got a little laid to celebrate.
I mean, that's how I like to celebrate too. But
the happy dance, yeah.
The no pants dance.
Yeah.
Let's assume that we're talking about that one, because the other one we know that Slade intercepted, the one to Midas, that Orin sent to Midas.
Yeah.
We know that Slade intercepted that one.
Yeah.
And we also know, because we find out in the next book or the book after, that he's trained all the Hawks.
Yeah, we're going to find that out soon.
To stop by him first. He's their first stop, no matter where they're going.
Yes.
Which is just a genius military move. It really is. So let's assume that it's the Hawk from Corder to Queen Melina that I'm talking about. And Slade intercepted it. What do you think Slade's initial feelings or thoughts, or why he let that continue on were?
I don't think he was close enough. If we're talking about the one from Melina to the Red Raids.
No.
No, we're talking about the other way?
Red Raids to Melina.
I would have absolutely let that go, because then she would know.
What else are you going to do? Yeah. It doesn't hurt you in any way.
It doesn't hurt you.
It makes her
aware, because you know Midas isn't telling her shit.
So maybe they can fight each other then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just another way to cause chaos.
Captain Chaos.
So
it's not necessarily manipulation. It's just more being strategic.
Yes.
It's a fine line, but yeah.
What did you think of this book overall? Other than it being long, because it really did feel long.
It dragged a little bit. There was just a lot of foundation building.
Yeah.
Which the first 2 books in any fantasy series are going to be, right? We knew that it was a 6-part series, so you have to know that the first few books are just character intros, world building, politicking, all of that stuff.
Red herrings.
Yeah, yep. I would give it a 3 or 4. Yeah. I enjoyed it. It was long, but there was a lot of important information stuffed in here. So pepper-wise, spice-wise, 1.
Is if even
half?
That.
Yeah.
Can you do a half? Yeah,
because it was
just cut it in half.
Just a smooch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then finding out that someone was knocked up. Nothing else spicy happened.
Nope, not
but
yet.
The spice is coming, guys. It's coming.
It is.
I swear. I swear it is. What would you rank it? Or rate it?
I was thinking a 3.5, maybe a 4.
Yeah.
It's a good book.
It's well written. It's well thought out.
And we know that I like Raven Kennedy's writing, because I've said it so much. But it just was, I had to get through it. It's like Glow.
Mm-hmm.
I had to get through it.
Yeah. I do stand by that Glow is important to the series.
It is.
I get why people struggle with it, because I get it, but it's important to the series.
It is. It's just...
I know.
So, if you're listening to us, and watching us, or, well, for sure, if you're on Spotify, you're listening, because I don't post the videos on Spotify anymore. Not since the first couple. What was your favorite moment in Glint? Like, what quote did you like?
Yeah, what was your favorite quote? What was your favorite moment? What was your I threw my Kindle across the room moment?
If you had to get into the fighting circle with anyone in the Fourth Army, I'm going to be specific because we're not throwing other groups in there, just in the Fourth Army, who would you want to be with? And is it Rip because he took off his shirt and was like one of the few bright sides in this book?
There was not a lot of bright sides.
The more she grows, the fewer bright sides she has.
Yeah. Yep. I would fight Twig.
I would not fight Twig. He's like 10.
That's why I would fight him. I could take him. If I had to fight an adult, it would be Judd. Judd feels fair. Like he would push
feels
me.
more human than the rest.
He does. He does.
He does.
He would he'd push you, but he wouldn't intentionally harm you.
I don't know of anyone that would intentionally. I mean, Osric and Rip.
Osric punched a woman
twice. It's fine. What if you? I'm going to put this one. I'm going to put a poll on our recap episode.
There you go.
And it's going to be who would you pick in a fight? The ribbons, Rip's spikes, or Midas's ego?
I'd pick the ego. It's easy to tear apart an ego.
Well, I thought it was going to be me having them as my fighting tool. So that might just change my answer.
Who would you pick as a fighting tool?
To use in a fight?
Yeah.
For sure, the ribbons.
Yeah. They're more flexible.
And
you can use them in different ways.
I mean, Rip's spikes are cool, but you have to get a lot closer.
Yeah.
With Rip's spikes than you do with the ribbons.
It's like a sword versus a dagger situation. Yeah.
Yeah. But I will put that as a poll on this episode. So feel free to answer that poll and also message us, comment,
talk to us.
Your favorite quote.
Yeah.
Your favorite recipe. Which bottle of wine was the best? Do you have a bottle of wine that you like that we should try?
Or a drink. I'm down with cocktails.
I'm really good with water, guys. Like
and tea.
And tea.
Yep.
Coffee. I do drink. I just don't.
We start recording at like 11 a.m., 11:30, and that's...
It's too early for me.
Anyway, thank you so much for listening to Corks and Cauldron. Be sure to follow us at Corks and Cauldron on all your favorite socials. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Threads.
And if you enjoyed this episode, please rate and review us. Answer our poll. Share us with your book besties or your booksties. It is going to be a thing. Tell the world. It's the best way to spread the word and help our podcast grow.
For real, please just rate and review us. Tell us what you think. It's like Amazon, right? The more reviews that you get, the higher up you are in the algorithm.
Yeah. And Corks and Cauldron is a self-funded labor of love. And your support helps us keep the magic alive.
And our glass is full.
Join our Patreon community today at patreon.com/corksandcauldron and maybe even treat us to a bottle of wine.
I would love that. Our next episode, we drop every Thursday. And this is where we're going to start our deep dive into the third book of the series, Gleam. So, until then,
eat,
drink,
and get lost in a good book.
Cheers!
Cheers!